Hello, my name is Ricky Hill, Community Engagement Coordinator for Hinton Rural Life Center. Back in 2016, Hinton Center partnered with UNC Greensboro Center for Housing and Community Studies to do a quality of life study. One of the results of that quality of life study was an asset map, and today that's what I'm going to talk to you about. I'll be referring to two documents that I have here available in front of me, and one is the study, the quality of life that was done by UNC Greensboro for Center for Housing and Community Studies on behalf of Hinton. And the other is a book called The Power of Asset Mapping by Luther K. Snow. I want to read to you from the Quality of Life study a brief excerpt. Asset-based community development. Consider local assets as the primary building blocks of sustainable community development. Building on these skills of local residents, the power of local associations, and the supportive functions of local institutions, asset-based community development draws upon existing community strengths to build stronger, more sustainable communities for the future. When you look at asset mapping, one of the major components is to consider what you already have in place. Now, many people may not know what is already existing, or they may be so familiar they don't really consider it an asset. So this is where this book, The Power of Asset Mapping, comes into play. This is a tool, and I'll be using examples from this later on and creating some sample forms for you to look at. Helps you determine what is in your community and what is an asset. The way I look at asset mapping is it does three things for you. First and foremost, it helps identify the resources you already have in place. It lets you know what's there, what's working, what's being utilized, what's being productive. The second part of this, it also helps you look at the assets that are in your community, but maybe are struggling somewhat to meet the needs of the community. So what you can do is, as you do the asset mapping, you can discover these resources and find ways to strengthen or build them up. The third part of this is, as you begin doing your asset mapping, you look at what the needs are to see if there are resources to meet those or address those needs. And if they're not, it helps you identify gaps in the resources in your community. So asset mapping is a great way to see what you have, what's working, what's not working so well, and where the gaps are. But also realizing that an asset is not just things in the community. It's you as an individual, it is your church, and the community collectively, pulling together to make things happen for the people who have needs in the community around you. There'll be a short video following all of this to kind of walk you through the asset map located on Hinton Center's website.
Welcome. This brief video will show you how to access and use the asset map located on Hinton Center's website. First, navigate to hintoncenter.org. Once there, put your mouse over Ministries and Outreach. There you will notice below that the Council for Collaborative Impact menu option. Click on that choice. The next page talks about the Council for Collaborative Impact. The Council for Collaborative Impact is a result of the Quality of Life study conducted by Hinton Center in partnership with UNC Greensboro Center for Housing and Community Studies back in 2016. This page also shares more information about that Quality of Life study. But for now, let's continue on to look at the asset map. On this page, scroll down, and on the left-hand side, you will see Report and Data. Below that, you will see an option for Hinton Asset Map. Click on this option. Depending on if you visited the website before or not, you may see what they call a splash screen pop up advertising that this is something created by Hinton Rural Life Center. You can check the box on your left and hit OK, and then the next time you come to the website, the splash screen will not appear. Depending upon databases, sometimes you can have a negative results in your search criteria if what you type in does not match what is in the database. To avoid this issue, I want to show you a few things. But first, let me show you on the left-hand side the various buttons that are options to use with the asset map. As you put your mouse over each option, a little pop-up window shows you a description of that item. For the purpose of our demonstration, I'm going to suggest that you go to the Query button and click on that. Again, we have predetermined the data and the information located in the database, and we have put in the asset types based upon the kind of data that is there. For example, in the option, you see asset type is under query criteria. On the right-hand side, you see a little down arrow. Click on the arrow. Now you will notice the choices that are available to you. What we have done is predetermined the kind of resources that are available in the database and associated them with one of these options here. For the purpose of our demonstration, let's click on Police. Now, we also have the option of going by city, or we can go by county. And again, remembering that the quality of life study was done for Clay, Cherokee, and Towns counties. For the purpose of our demonstration, let's go with Cherokee County. So I'm looking for police in Cherokee County, and I will hit apply. You will notice here now says displayed features, indicating that there are 3 returns or 3 results from my search of police in Cherokee County. Here we have the police department, downtown Murphy, located in Cherokee County. Here we have the Andrews Police Department in downtown Andrews, but in Cherokee County. And then we have the Cherokee County Sheriff's Department. So here you can see information about each of the returns. And you'll also notice on the left-hand side, there's a little blue dot. By clicking on this dot, it takes you directly to that resource. And again, at that point, there's additional information that pops up about that resource. To exit this, you can just close here on the X, and you can close here. For one more demonstration, let's click on this. Now you will notice that by clicking on the query, the last results popped up. To get back to a search criteria, just go back to task. And then from here, you can choose another option. So I'm going to choose medical. And then again, I'm going to leave actually the search criteria blank. Now what this will do is this will search anything medical related in all 3 counties. So now that you see this, you will notice on the left, out of the search criteria, it is telling me that there are 103 options available or resources within the 3-county area that are connected to some form of medical resource. And from this point, you can scroll down and look through these. Now, if this is too many, what you can do is back up and narrow down your choice, and we'll go to Clay County this time. And as you can see now for Clay County, 23 results were returned, meaning there are 23 resources that are listed having Clay County connections. You can either click on the dot beside the name here, or you can zoom in, and if you know approximately where your resource is, you can click on it, and again, the information pops up. Now, you will also notice on some of these that has more info. So if you click on this, you notice that the pop-up window shows that there's actually a website. So you can click on this, and it takes you to more information about that resource. To get back to the asset map, just close the X up here, close here, and close here. For any questions you may have, you can contact Ricky Hill, Community Engagement and Volunteer Coordinator at Hinton Rural Life Center at 828-389-8336. Thank you.